Hey everyone, it's Julie from Sprouts and Stems here. It's kind of a dark and stormy October day outside, so I figured it'd be fun to talk about 5 spooky plants for Halloween. Just a quick note, I am getting over a cold, so please excuse me if I sound a little weird, and let's get into it. So actually, 4 of these plants were inspired by my own collection when I was trying to figure out how I can make my plants seem more Halloweenish. And then 1 I don't have because I ran out of spooky plants, but I'll just put a few pictures up on the screen. The first plant in today's list of spooky plants is Spanish moss. So Spanish moss is actually an air plant, and it's really easy to care for. It just needs bright indirect light or even medium light is fine. And you water it basically by just soaking it in water or spraying it down with water. I soak mine on a weekly basis, or maybe actually a little less often, because I don't have mine in a lot of light, so it doesn't really need to be watered super often. I put Spanish moss on this list because, I mean, honestly, look at it. It is definitely like kind of a creepy looking plant. I mean, it's gorgeous and all, but I think part of its gorgeousness is the kind of creepy vibe that it gives, if you know what I mean. And to take the creepiness to an even further level, I decorated mine with little bats, which you can kind of sort of see. I'm keeping it dark on purpose because I want you guys to see the spooky vibes. The next spooky plant on this list is Alocasia black velvet. I think the black velvet is just such a gorgeous, stunning alocasia, and its dark leaves just make it look perfect for spooky season. Plus, honestly, look how spooky it looks on this chair with the pumpkins and the candles. I mean, come on. So Alocasia black velvet, super easy to care for. It needs medium to bright indirect light, and it likes to be kept moist at all times, so don't let this plant totally dry out. Next up is the Fishbone Cactus. So I said this, I believe it was my previous video, my fall plant tour. I was like, oh, Fishbone Cactus is a good Halloween plant because a fishbone is a skeleton and skeletons are Halloweeny. And I know that logic was kind of not really logical, but I don't know, I still think that this is a really cool Halloween plant because it's just so like funky and crazy looking, and like look at the shadows that it's casting against this tile. I mean, it's really cool. It does have kind of like a creepy vibe, and yeah, I just think if there is one holiday that the Fishbone Cactus would align to, it would definitely be Halloween. So there. And also very easy to care for, as all these plants on this list are. It is actually native to rainforests. It's not native to deserts. So you don't want to let this cactus totally dry out. You can water it when the top inch or so of the potting mix is dry. Do let it dry out a little bit, but don't let it get totally dry. And it likes bright indirect light. Next up on this list is Carnivorous Plants. Now, the carnivorous plant that I have and I'm showing off today is a type of pitcher plant. And pitcher plants, or at least this particular species, is a very easy species to care for. It likes bright indirect light, and it likes to remain moist at all times. I think it's pretty obvious why I put carnivorous plants on this list. I mean, looking at the screen right now, are you not just totally terrified beyond reason at what you're seeing? Really scary. You could totally get hurt if you're not careful. And yeah, I mean, obviously, carnivorous plants had to be on this list. They eat things that are alive, and that's just crazy and super cool and freaky. So, yeah, carnivorous plants are on the spooky plants list. And last but not least on this list of spooky Halloween plants is the Raven ZZ plant. Let me know if you guys feel the same way, but I am not really a fan of just regular ZZ plants, but I think Raven ZZ plants are so cool. It's on this list because I think it really looks like a Halloween decoration, like something you would buy specifically for Halloween. The Raven ZZ is a super cool statement plant, and it's really easy to care for. ZZ plants are like famous for being super easy to care for and super low maintenance. Now, people say they like to be in low light. That's not really true for any plant. They just tolerate it really well. They actually prefer like bright and direct light, as most plants do, but they tolerate low light really well, and they're known to be able to go weeks without being watered. So if you're a plant killer, this plant is for you. And that wraps up today's list of 5 spooky plants for Halloween. Now, even though these plants are like so scary and spooky, they're also very beautiful plants all year round. So these are 5 awesome plants just in general if you're watching this at a time that's not Halloween. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you for bearing with my sore throat / stuffy nose voice. Please like and subscribe, and please check out the description for various links to important things that I've included that I can't think of right now, but please check out the description. Okay, thanks. Bye, everyone.